Story 1. It depends on what is wrong with it. If there is something I am allergic to on the plate, or if I asked for the vegetarian option and there is meat there, you are definitely right that I am sending it back. Story 2. Depends. If it is something minor, I will just deal with it. If it is something major, I will send it back. I have worked in service at restaurants before, so I know minor mistakes can happen. I am not allergic, so I am not going to be too picky if the food is still edible. I do not want spit in my food. Minor example: asked for a steak rare, got medium rare. Oh well, still edible. Major example: ordered a bacon cheeseburger, it was raw on the inside. Story 3. Depends on how wrong it is. Completely wrong dish. Send back. One small thing wrong. I may deal with it. Story 4. It depends on what is wrong. If they give me a burger with pickles on it, I will not send it back and will remove the pickles myself. If they give me a very well done or raw steak instead of medium rare, I will send it back. Story 5. Depends on how wrong it is. If I asked for no tomato and it has tomato, I remove it myself because it is not worth the hassle. If it is completely wrong, I politely send it back because that is worth the hassle. Story 6. It depends. Bring me tater tots instead of fries? I would probably just go with it. Bring me a steak way overcooked or undercooked. I send that back. It also matters how much I am paying. If I am paying $30 or more for a plate of food, it better be cooked perfectly. Story 7. I guess it depends on what is wrong with it. You cooked a dish with an allergen I specifically said I cannot eat? Sorry, that is on your server, or you gave me a baked potato instead of fries or a chicken instead of a burger. I probably will not care too much, but I might mention it for a discount. Story 8. Depends on how wrong it is. Sauce is on top instead of on the side. No big deal. Something I did not order? I will send it back. Story 9. It depends on how wrong it is for one person, but also on where I am. Example: I got Chick-fil-A to go. They forgot the sauce that I asked for with my grilled chicken club. Whatever, I dealt with it and didn't want to drive back to get the sauce. I got it another time and they forgot it again. Frustrating, but I still didn't go back. The third time, they forgot it again. I went online and contacted customer service and got a free replacement sandwich. I went and got that sandwich some other time, and they forgot it again. I filled out another customer service form. Another time, they forgot it again. I got a free sandwich again. Then I got one where they remembered, which was cool. Another time, they forgot it again, and I got another free sandwich. They kept making the same error. I, thinking I'm more important than I actually am, thought, they need to learn and stop this from happening. It is some time later now, and they actually haven't forgotten my sauce in quite some time. Probably had nothing to do with me, but maybe I'll pat my own back anyways just to feel like I did something. Another example: my mom ordered Cajun rub fries once from Wings, etc. She decided she did not like the taste and sent them back to the kitchen to get normal fries. Don't be like that. Story 10. Depends on how incorrect it is. I will give extra leeway if the place is busy, but I am not going to pay for something I did not receive. Story 11. It depends on how wrong the order is and how busy the staff are. If it is completely wrong, I will let the waiter know the minute they bring it. If they get one side dish wrong and I am not upset, I will inform the waiter so they can adjust the charge accordingly. If I do not like the side dish, I will ask for the correct one. Story 12. It depends. If it is something that is easily fixed, for example, a steak is underdone, or if there is something egregious about it, for example, dirty or unhealthy, I will send it back. Otherwise, I will live with it. Story 13. It depends. Is it something minor like tomatoes on a burger that I can remove, or a completely burnt steak that I am unable to eat? If it is something minor, I do not send it back, but if I do send it back, I am respectful. Story 14. It depends on what is wrong. If I receive a completely wrong order or an order with something I asked to be left out that I cannot eat around, I send it back. If it is something I can remove, eat around, or deal with and was not charged extra for, I will keep it and probably not say anything to the server because minor mistakes happen and kitchens are busy enough. I also try not to order things with too many modifications or make modifications that are confusing. For example, I do not like cherry tomatoes, but I have been in a situation where a salad came with both those and salsa. I just let the cherry tomatoes come with the salad because I did not want to have the whole no cherry tomatoes, but the salsa is fine conversation. Usually either both still come or I get neither if I speak up. Story 15. Sending it back politely with an explanation of why you are doing so is the proper way to handle it. Do not be one of those huffy, annoying types. You will get better results that way and reduce the chance of possible retribution from kitchen staff. If the place is packed, maybe just let the wait staff know the issue and ask for compensation on the dish. This works if it is a minor issue. Story 16. If it is a totally different dish and I do not like it at all, I will send it back. If it is a dish I would also eat and the restaurant is not too crowded, I will send it back. If it is crowded, I will eat it but mention it. Story 17. Usually deal with it. I will try something new, but if I am not satisfied with what I receive, I will send it back. Story 18. More often than not, I will just adapt. But if I go out for a specific dish, looking at you there, Mr. Peanut Butter Pie, and they bring me something else, I will mention it. Story 19. Depends on how bad the error is. Overcooked steak? Probably just deal with it. Grilled fish when I ordered steak? Sending it back or at least getting it for free. Story 20. I would let them know that it is wrong, but probably go ahead and eat it. I would call it a surprise me order. Story 21. I can only recall one time I sent back my order. I wanted a mocha, and the drink they gave me was basically chocolate milk. Every other time it was wrong, I just dealt with it. Story 22. Depends on what I ordered. If I order chicken parmesan and get chicken marsala, I am okay. If I get a ham steak with mashed potatoes, I am sending it back. Close is good. Story 23. It depends on whether it is something I can eat but just do not prefer, or if it is something I cannot eat or is in my anti-texture list. If I asked for a baked potato but received fries, I would just eat the fries. If I ordered a burger without mayonnaise and it has mayonnaise, I am sending it back. Story 24. I just ask for it to be taken off the bill. I would never eat anything that has been sent back to the kitchen anyway. I do not trust that the staff will not be upset about it even if it was their mistake. I will not eat anything that has been served to me under those circumstances. I will just use the drive-thru elsewhere on the way home. Story 25. Send it back, especially if it includes allergens that I noted when placing the order. I have had restaurants cause me to be hospitalized by not paying attention. Story 26. Eat half, then send it back and receive your correct order. They made a mistake, you should get a bonus anyway. Story 27. Depends on what is wrong. If the side is wrong, I will probably just deal with it. An entirely wrong dish is definitely going back. Story 28. It's a sliding scale. If my steak is medium rare or medium well instead of medium or the side is wrong, but I like that side as well, I will live with it. If it is inedible or unsafe, only then will I send it back. I only remember sending back two things, and both had ice crystals in the middle, hamburgers. Story 29. I dealt with it, and if it had been very bad, I would not have returned. This happened when I celebrated our new home at the Red Lobster restaurant. I was craving lobster and steak. I asked for medium rare, but I swear I got raw, uncooked steak. The lobster was amazing, but I was really annoyed with the steak. I did not say anything, even though the meal was about $200 for two people. Story 30. My daughter and I were using Grubhub to get Smashburger and received someone else's order. At first, I thought it was cool to try different fast food. They ordered 2 plain turkey burgers on whole wheat rolls and 1 order of sweet potato fries from Smashburger. I was so disgusted that I stayed on the complaint chat with the Smashburger customer service chatbot until they refunded my food, reordered it, and gave me $45 extra as compensation for the loss of enjoyment. Story 31. There have been times when they were completely wrong, and I was too hungry to say anything because I did not want to wait for my food to be cooked. Story 32. I've only ever sent back one thing, and it was a $50 steak that I ordered medium rare but received medium well. I would normally just deal with it, but if I am paying that much for a steak, it should not be overcooked. Why would I normally just deal with it? Watch the movie Waiting. Story 33. I have worked in restaurants, so I know how frustrating it can be to deal with a customer who returns their food. Therefore, I have a high threshold for doing it myself. However, if something is clearly wrong, I will send it back. Story 34. Minor issues like mayonnaise. When I asked for no mayonnaise, I'll just deal with it. Sometimes I let the server know, sometimes not. If they ask, I will normally say something. Major issues like onions that are too small for me to remove, then yes, I send it back. Onions are delicious, but they upset my stomach. Story 35. Depends on the mistake. If it is a minor one, sometimes that is a good mistake and might improve the dish. But if it is something I dislike, which is rare because I will eat or try anything at least once, then I will send it back. I usually order what is on the menu and do not ask for any changes. The only requests I ever have are how rare my steak should be or if I want my pasta al dente. Story 36. Depends on the problem. If I order a steak medium rare and it comes back either rare or medium, I will mention the issue but will still eat it. If it comes back completely gray, then it is definitely going back. I also dislike condiments. Last week, I ordered a bacon and Havarti cheeseburger from a reasonably nice restaurant I had never been to before. The menu made no mention of any other toppings, but to be safe I said, "No sauces or condiments please, just meat and cheese only." The burger arrived, and when I lifted the bun to add salt and pepper, I found it was smothered in what appeared to be Thousand Island dressing. I have no idea why. The menu did not list that as a component and its presence made no sense. That was definitely a send back. Story 37. I almost always send it back because I am very picky. I choose what I will order carefully to avoid having to send it back, and I will deal with some things. Steak overcooked? Meh. Steak undercooked? Gross. But I really try not to put myself in that position to begin with by ordering things that are generally straightforward. Story 38. I cannot just deal with it. It is part of my anxiety. I need to have what I ordered, or I become very upset and withdrawn. Story 39. I will. Before ordering my dish, I already check other options and imagine the taste in my head. Story 40. I have waited tables for years. I would always prefer someone to send something back rather than be unhappy and never return. My favorite meal to eat out is breakfast or brunch. I want my poached eggs without runny whites. No matter how I order them, they are inevitably undercooked. I now ask for poached hard or basted because I got tired of the hassle. This has happened too many times in many different restaurants. Story 41. It depends on the wait time and how hungry I am. If what arrives on my plate after a long wait vaguely resembles what I ordered, I will eat it. I am not going to wait again for them to change the sides. Story 42. This is a particular pet peeve of mine because it seems to happen to me more often than my friends and family. As such, I always send it back. I am super courteous to the wait staff when I do, of course. But if I ordered something, if I am going to pay for something, I want what I eat to be the thing I asked for. I recall going to a Denny's once, the one I now consider the bad location in my town, where I ordered something. I cannot even recall what it was I ordered, but it came back wrong. I think the eggs were not cooked as I asked, and they gave me bacon instead of sausage. It was so long ago, I only remember the events really. I sent it back. I got back a plate that was wrong again, but in different ways. I sent it back again. The third time it was almost correct, but I was hungry, so I started to eat and found a hair in my food. I lost my appetite, did not eat, and did not pay for it. This is also why I hardly ever use DoorDash or any other service like it. There is a significant chance that what I order simply is not in the bag, or a drink is missing, or there is a wrong item altogether. And again, it is almost never my wife or mother or friends. It is usually the stuff I ordered. Story 43. When I was younger in my 20s, I would put up with it. I think I believed I did not want to bother anyone or that it was no big deal. I also went out a lot. Now that I am older and going out is a treat, I simply and politely point out the discrepancy, and they fix it. It makes me wonder why I did not do this all along. Story 44. Send it back. I am paying for it, so I should have what I paid for. As long as you are nice about it, you do not have to feel bad. Story 45. Totally depends on what I ordered. Wrong cheese? I don't really care. You're trying to kill me with shellfish? Absolutely. Story 46. I'm vegetarian, so if they bring me something that has meat in it, I cannot eat it. If it is possible to ask for a change, I will. Otherwise, I will just wait for the next meal. I live in a developed country, and there is no shortage of food. Story 47. I just eat it. You get what you are given. I believe food is food. You can still eat it, and even though it is the wrong order, it will still be good. Story 48. If it is wrong, I send it back. 20 years ago, when a burger was $2, it was whatever. But now when I am paying $15 to $20 for one burger meal at A&W, I expect to get what I paid for. They are already overcharging me, so I feel like the least I can expect is for the food to be correct. I have worked in the food industry for 10 years. I know it is not difficult to get an order right. Mistakes happen, but when they do, you own it and redo it properly. I was taught that when you send out an order, you have to assume that the customer has an allergy they did not tell you about. So if their order is wrong, you are risking their safety. Story 49. I have never received the wrong order. However, if they bring me the wrong food, I would stop the server as they are putting it down. If they overcook or undercook my steak, I am not going to say anything. I do not care that much about food for it to be a problem, and they would have to significantly overcook it to make it inedible. Story 50. Only if it is bad. I am not too picky. I have only ever sent back a Mexican dish where the tortilla sat in cold oil. Story 51. How wrong am I? I am a vegetarian, so if I get steak on a salad instead of shrimp, I have to send it back politely, of course. But if I get ranch dressing instead of Italian dressing, I can live with it. Edit. Technically, I am a pescatarian. Story 52. Like many people, it depends on the mistake and how I feel about eating it. I was once out to breakfast, and they brought me something completely different from what I ordered. I just started eating it right away. My friend looked at my plate and said, "That's not what you ordered." I said, "I know, but I'm starving, so I don't feel like waiting for the right thing, and I like this too." He just shrugged and said, "Fair enough." Story 53. I get what I order. I don't eat other people's mistakes, but I tell the server politely, "That's not my order." Story 54. I deal with it if it is not too far off. My wife sits there, stares at it, gets mad, refuses to send it back, and refuses to get something else even if it is compensated. She gets passive-aggressive with the waitstaff, then stays mad all night because she is hungry. Story 55. It depends on the errors and my mood. Once, I had dinner with my wife that was so messed up that when I talked with the manager, I told him we would pay for our drinks and the appetizer we had, but nothing else. We each had steaks. A strip loin with peppercorn sauce and a tenderloin with a side of garlic bread. The meals came out 2 minutes after the appetizer arrived. The peppercorn sauce was on the wrong steak, both steaks were cooked incorrectly, and only half of the garlic bread came out. The bottom of the bread showed that the other half was not salvageable because it was so burnt. To be fair, they did take care of the whole bill for us, but that was the first time we had been back in years, and we do not intend to go back anytime soon. If my steak is a little overcooked, it really depends on my mood, but I am likely to just eat it. If they put the wrong cheese on my burger, I will likely deal with it unless it is American cheese. Then that cheese goes back every time. Story 56. I am not too picky, so as long as there is nothing terribly wrong with it, I just look at it as an opportunity to try something different that I may not have tried before. Story 57. I tend to order the linguine with red sauce, but I prefer the red sauce on the side. If the sauce is not on the side, I send it back. With my garlic bread, I love it toasted, not burnt. If it is burnt, I will also send it back. Story 58. It is completely dependent on how expensive the meal itself is. A $20 meal and a minor mistake? No, I am eating that. If I am paying $150 to $200, it better be absolutely perfect. Story 59. Really depends on how easy it is to work around the issue. Two real-life examples I have had personally. 1. Ordered a salad with no tomato, but it came with tomato slices. I just picked them off and placed them on one of the extra plates at the table. No need to send it back. Ordered a chicken Alfredo. The plate came out with pasta and chicken, but absolutely no sauce. That plate went back because if I am going to eat bland food, I will have my mother-in-law cook. She is a nice lady and knows she cannot cook to sustain her own life, let alone others. Story 60. When I eat pho and they put green onions and cilantro, I just scoop them out or avoid them. I know I'm a bad Asian, but I never liked them as a kid, nor do I like them as an adult. Story 61. Unless it is inedible, I just deal with it and eat it anyway. And not for the reason you think. It is not because I am timid or have social anxiety. It is because I am very hungry and do not want to wait for the mistake to be fixed. I have gotten a burger when I ordered a chicken sandwich and I just ate it. I am not waiting another 20 minutes for them to make a chicken sandwich. Story 62. I do not trust any restaurant kitchen. If I send something back, I am sure it may be spit on or much worse. If they bring me the wrong order, I do not mind asking for a correction. If it is not cooked properly or there is something else that the chef or cook got wrong, I just send it back and ask them not to charge me, especially if they are really busy. Story 63. Fast food. Accept it or complain and whine. Dining. Send it back with an apology and a very polite tone to the server. Story 64. I am consistent, so I eat the same thing without getting bored. I send my food back because they know I only order one item. I do not get any trouble from it. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.